What is up, y'all? Welcome to the aftermath of Posey. Yeah, you're gonna want to see this car. It's not pretty whatsoever. Yeah, if you was there, you knew why. It was basically 3-on-1. I gave it all I had. I was having problems with the car. It kept chugging along. It did the best I could. Yeah. It definitely took a beating. I'll tell you something that's very surprising towards the end. Let's just walk around. What do you think of this? I think my lens is fogging up. Yeah, my lens is definitely fogging up, so kind of bear with me. We'll start with the back end. Yeah, back's not too bad. Rear end's rolling real nice. It folded right at the first notches. The bumper is perfect still, surprisingly. This side packed perfectly. First notch kicked right up. See if this camera will work. A little foggy. Yeah. It actually started to, I mean, you can't really see it. It started to bend right here, which is good. I was hoping it had been there. This side's still pretty straight. This rail here bent at the first notch, and that's it. Yeah. This side started to roll a little more, but this rail kind of went weird. Take notes. Look at where this wheel is at. See how far it's in? Now give it that this side here is bashed in, how far this side's sticking out. And where the tire gaps. I think that rear axle shifted over just a little bit. Actually looking at those springs now, that rear end definitely shifted over. Springs are crooked, so that whole rear end has shifted this way a bit. Not sure what happened. Actually, it looks like the frame's bent. Look at these two upper A arms, or these control arms. That one's sitting a little lower. But then again, the car is kind of cattywampus right now with the front end, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I think maybe the frame's a little tweaked here. The body's probably twisted. This side of the car, not too bad. A little bit here in the door, not too bad. Yeah, you're probably seeing that right. Something doesn't look right up front. Where's my fender? Where's the fender? Yeah. Where's the fender? There it is. Sitting on top of the motor. Come around to the front. This is where it gets ugly. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go right at all. Yeah. It got ugly. Yeah, a couple of really good shots. This door plate's actually bent. That door plate's bent pretty bad. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but the bumper gave. I thought it would. Ripped away from the shocks because it was mounted way too high. The bumper was really soft anyway, so I didn't expect it to hold. It's not loaded or anything. This side really took a beating. Yeah. That's my radiator on the ground. Actually, that's not all that's on the ground. There's my cross member. Let's see if this thing will focus. There's the cross member, how low it sits. Yeah, it's a little on the ugly side. Come in here. Upper A arm completely gave. It completely buckled on this side. The ball joint's up against the frame and starting to kink the frame in. That's why that wheel is leaned over. Yeah, we'll go on this side and take a look at all the damage. A-arm gave. Got into my headers. The steering knuckle is into the header also. Yeah. So the header is kind of foobarred a little bit. Not too bad. I think there's another dent up here. I don't know where it came from. I think maybe it bounced off the brake booster or something, or the master cylinder. Come around the other side to where it gets real ugly. Here's the frame. Here's where the core support bolts. Here's part of the core support. The rest of it's over here. This is the corner of the fender. That's my motor. Yeah, that's on the motor. I do have this hood cut loose, so I will open it and show you here in a second. Come to this side. That wheel is completely laid over. And again, A-arm completely just buckled. Spindle is kind of bent backwards. And again, my header definitely tore up. And there's actually a hole in it. So check out that hole. Yeah, that sucks. It was a nice set of headers. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Frame's still straight on the front, surprisingly. See if I can get this hood open up front. Yeah, that's a little rough. I'm gonna fall off the trailer trying to do this. That's about as far as that hood's gonna open. Fenders into the booster. The whole firewall has gave. Completely gave. But yeah, now you can see a little bit more. You can see where that A-arm just trashed. Absolutely trashed the A-arm. This header's not too bad. It's got some dings. Pretty good dents in it, but not too bad. It's still fine. This header definitely took a beating. All up and down it. Down at the bottom, I'm gonna have to fix it. And this header's also bent backwards. That header is bent inwards. So these headers are pretty tore up. Yeah. Here's the fender. Yeah, that's the corner of the fender right there. There's a heater hose, completely severed. There's the fan wire, completely buckled in here and severed. Valve cover, this bracket's bent my valve cover. And here's something scary. Here's my fuel line. It's almost pinched. That bracket's completely bent in. Here's the other end of the heater hose. Here's the filler neck for the oil. That actually started popping off. That's kind of sketchy. That's actually bent. That's bent over. Pretty bad. Luckily the fuel pump didn't get hit, which is surprising. Yeah. That's not supposed to do that. Not even attached to anything. The fan did not survive. Radiator did not survive. Surprisingly, the radiator could have survived if it wasn't for the upper hose inlet outlet snapped off the radiator. Other than that, this is like the most damage to this radiator right here. Or then it's probably twisted up pretty good. If it wasn't for that upper hose breaking off, it probably could have survived. But all the belts are still on it. Everything did good there. Hoses are okay, other than the heater hoses, which that's not a big deal. All the spark plug wires are actually still somewhat intact. Actually, I think they're all still good. Maybe a little burnt, but not too bad. Motor pretty well survived. It stayed in one spot surprisingly. It probably moved quite a bit though. And surprisingly, it still runs and moves under its own power. And I can somewhat steer it. Drove it up on the trailer. Yeah, it drove itself on the trailer until I got bombed out and stuck. Both batteries died on me. Let's go in here and look at stuff. First off, let's check out this column. The column's not straight no more. It's completely buckled. You can see the firewall up here, it's buckled. My floorboard here is completely buckled. Completely buckled. Tranny tunnel's gone. Gas pedal got stuck within the first few hits and it was all bent to where it was stuck like half throttle, 3/4 throttle. My shifter's sitting sideways a little bit, you know, leaned over. Look at the firewall. Completely up against the transmission right there. Completely buckled in front of the batteries. That side's completely caved in. Yeah, foot room for my passenger got really narrow really quick. Yeah. Oh, I leaned up against the car and I'm wet again. Awesome. Yeah, come around here. I'll show you how hard we was getting hit. Like the one hit on this side here was so rough. Look at the roof line. Look at that. Completely just caved that pillar upwards. The whole door is compromised. Firewall is completely buckled. Yeah. And the big hole that most GMs have right here for the heater core, I had a plate over it. They completely ripped off. That's up against the transmission. Completely buckled. I do think the frame did survive for the most part. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fix this car or if I'm just gonna go ahead and strip it and send it scrap. With that roof pillar being like it is and how bad the firewall is, I don't know if I really want to take the time to fix it. It does still run and move and tries to steer, but it's hurt at the firewall. If I was somehow able to fix this, it would definitely need a new doghouse, new radiator, new bumper, 2 new upper A arms. Definitely gotta fix the headers because they're all messed up, and that'd probably get it going again. And like I said, no alternator. Both my batteries died on me at the end, but it was able to start after it cooled down. It still runs. I was having a little bit of carburetor problems, but it still kept chugging along. But the motor's good. Motor's fine. Transmission shifts perfect, even with the neutral drops. It did about as good as I hoped this car would have done. But yeah, once my A-arms gave, the front end just went to shit real quick after that. I lost all my bumper height and it was over after that. I didn't have a chance going out there. I didn't have a chance at all at winning. I already knew that before I even hit the track. All I could do is go out there, put on a show, and hang on, have fun. And me and my passenger both had a blast. We definitely had fun. Yeah, I'm actually surprised the car still runs and drives. At the very end, the last 3 cars got hung up. And somehow, I was, what, third place? So I got me a trophy and some money in my pocket. The car paid for itself. I got like $132, which was, I think, $32 more than I had in the car. So once again, the car is back in profit. So this car has really actually done me pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. For being a piece of junk that should have never been fixed. I'm surprised that front frame actually isn't bent too bad. I really don't think that frame bent or moved any at all. Pretty sure it didn't, because everything, once I lost the A-arms, everyone went right over my frame, over my bumper. Yeah. And I was definitely underbuilt. So yeah. I didn't have a chance. I knew that. I was out there just to have fun anyway. I didn't really care. I had a blast. I learned some new things, or relearned some things, so the next time I build one of these cars will be a little better. Yeah. It's really nice to kind of knock the rust off. So, it was fun. Yeah. Just wait till the GoPro footage. Yeah, GoPro footage should be pretty good. I haven't even looked at it yet. Yeah. A lot of fun. I had a blast. Wasn't expecting to bring home a trophy and money. The old cow survived up on the roof. Still can't believe this thing still runs with the fender caved in. That was basically hitting my motor. So I'm not really too happy about my headers getting tore up, but I don't have anything in them, so I can't really be too upset about it. I really don't care. It was fun. Absolutely fun. And the headers are fixable. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah. Bet y'all weren't expecting to get tore up that bad up front. Yeah, I really wanted to use the rear end more, but I didn't have a choice. It is what it is. I didn't care. It was fun. I got to put on a little bit of a show for how long it lasted. Yep, there you have it. The old jalopy got 3rd place. Paid for itself. So there you have it. Till the next one. Later, y'all.